Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Southern Hemisphere Fresh Fruit Trade Congress. This is the second online virtual trade congress that SHAFFE has been organizing, basically with the objective of giving the most transparent market information possible for our Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere colleagues to be able to take more informed decisions about their future season. This year will be a very challenging season. Most probably one of the most challenging seasons over the last 20 years. We're facing cost increases, supply chain disruptions, and even geopolitical incidents and conflicts that are affecting the distribution of our fresh fruit to different parts of the world. Today, we have more than 500 registered participants from not only SHAFFE member countries, but also the Northern Hemisphere. We believe that our key role as SHAFFE, and which we will be focusing on in 2022, are basically three key pillars. Number one, continue to voice the concerns of the fruit industry in regards to the important cost increases that we are facing, not only within the industry, but outreaching to key stakeholders outside of the industry. We want to strengthen the resilience of our sector through training and education, and we're going to be focusing on sustainability as a pillar to our long-term economic viability and growth. We're going to be using these three pillars basically to support the activities of our various members. As I mentioned last year, an organization is only as good and proactive as its members. And in this sense, we are honored to be able to represent such a valuable membership who have extraordinary representatives. So thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you to our SHAFFE members for their commitment and support for not only our current, but also our future endeavors. Thank you. So now let's turn towards this year's SHAFFE Outlook Survey. As you can see here, basically, the exports of fresh produce from SHAFFE members, expressed in volumes, 33% originated from South Africa, Chile 24%, Peru 13%, New Zealand 10%, 7% coming from Argentina, 8% from Brazil, and both Australia and Uruguay representing 4% and 1% respectively. This is based on a volume of 12.2 million tons of fresh produce exported of SHAFFE members across the globe, which in fact is a 6% growth versus the 2021 season. If we look at this in value, there's a slight change because here we have Chile representing almost 29% of the pie, followed by South Africa with 22%, Peru 19%, 16% from New Zealand, 6% from Australia, Brazil 5%, both Argentina and Uruguay with around about 3% in terms of the value. As you can see here from the following chart, the top 5 species exported by SHAFFE members, which include grapes, kiwis, cherries, apples, and blueberries, represent almost 59% of the value of exports in 2021. Those products that have seen significant growth between 2017 and 2021 are, for example, cherries, followed by blueberries and kiwis. Now let's look at the markets. In terms of our export markets, the United States, China, Netherlands, and the United Kingdom represent 54% of all the fresh fruit exported by SHAFFE members. In regards to some of the specific results of our survey, thankfully we have a very large representation of our respondents and a good array of products represented. When we asked our members what is their general perception of the 2021 fruit export season, 40% said it was fair, around about 28% said it was poor, and only 25% said it was good. We also asked our members what they consider are the major growth areas for fresh fruit consumption in the short term. E-commerce, 60%, and health trends, 50%, were perceived as a major growth opportunity. At the same time, low-cost retailing has been gaining quite a lot of importance in comparison to last year's survey, rising from 28 to 38%. Additionally, sustainability has grown in relevancy from last year's survey to this survey from 26% to 35%. And as it would be logical, food service has been gaining more and more significance as a growth area after a lot of markets have begun to flexibilize the pandemic emergency measures that were set up during the COVID period. If we look at now at the market access challenges, for sure, logistical delays are perceived as the major market access challenge. Almost 95% of our respondents highlighted logistical challenges as their main issue. 70% identified rising input costs, and 72% indicated phytosanitary challenges in the different export markets. Additionally, we can see here that there's also a growing concern in regards to COVID-related issues, with approximately 50% of respondents indicating this matter. And domestic protectionism in destination markets continues to be a major challenge, with 38% of respondents identifying this issue. Now, how do respondents feel about the future? What is their perception of the fresh fruit industry's future in their particular countries in the Southern Hemisphere during the next 5 years? And almost 60% of those respondents say we have a good future. Almost 35% are talking about having a very fair future. We're optimistic about the future despite the challenges that we will be facing. But that's why it's even more important, more than ever, to be united in confronting these major global challenges together through such organizations as SHAFFE, the Southern Hemisphere Association of Fresh Fruit Exporters. I'd like to thank you for your time, and please enjoy the Congress.